Hey guys, so before we get started, I want to first tell you hello and welcome if you're a new subscriber. My name is Missy. I know you can't see me right now, but you can only hear my voice. But I just wanted to welcome you to today's What's for Dinner. I love doing What's for Dinner videos. I think they are so much fun and I get so many ideas from you guys. But yeah, and if you're an oldie but a goodie, hello, I love you, welcome. Thank you for coming back and watching another video. You are so amazing no matter what anybody says. I love y'all. But anyways, let's hop into today's What's for Dinner, and I have a fun little app to share with you guys, so let's go. Okay guys, so before we get started, today's video is sponsored by SAFFRON, and you guys, this app is so cool. I'm literally obsessed with this thing. I've deleted a bunch of stuff off here just so I can show you guys exactly how it works with a recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So this is a free app, like it doesn't cost money to have this app or anything, but let me show you. So you can do cookbooks or whatever. I just put first cookbook because this is my first time. And then you can put in different sections. I just have the first section here. So I have saved recipes. Let me share with you guys the amazing things this app does. So I want to share a recipe. So it already has the website here, but all you do is go to Safari. Sorry, all you go to is Safari, copy. Then we're gonna go back here. We're just gonna take that out. And then we're gonna put paste. Sorry, I didn't hit it with my finger. And then you're gonna hit import. So then it brings it up. This is ground beef queso chili, and this is what we were making, one of the things we're making today. And so we have all of this here. So it shows an intro, so it has a little picture, prep time, cook time, and then a description of it. So then you're gonna go to ingredients, and it literally shows you all the ingredients right here. So all you do is copy and paste this blog post and then put that in there, and it's all just right here. Then it gives you the steps on what to do. So then you've got your ingredients here. Make sure you have them all, go to your steps, and get to cooking. Seriously, that easy. So I'm gonna save this, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit this little shopping cart button right here. Add to grocery list. You're seriously just gonna hit add to grocery list, and it's going to add all of this. But another feature this app has is you can scale it by half, 1, 1.5, 2, 3, or custom. You can change it. Like how many ever people, let's say times 2. Let's do it times 2. It makes everything, the ingredients that you're gonna need right there for you. There's no thinking about it, no nothing. How amazing is that? Like seriously, so amazed. So then you just hit add to grocery list, and it says ingredients added to your grocery list. Let's go back here and let's click on our shopping cart, okay? So this is our shopping cart from the recipe that we just added to our groceries, right? Not only does it put it in a grocery list for you guys, it literally breaks it down by produce, meats, spices, and seasonings you're gonna need, oils and vinegars and dressings, canned and jar goods, pasta, baking ingredients, dairy. It literally breaks it all down for you. So when you're grocery shopping in the store, you can literally shop by category. I'm seriously impressed by this app. It is so amazing. So then if you already have this, like, okay, well, I already have pepper. Sorry, I already have pepper. So I'm gonna hit the 3 little dots. I'm gonna hit delete. Delete it. I already have that. I don't need that. Whenever you hit it, it just crosses it out. That way you know that you've already got it. So instead of crossing off a piece of paper, you just cross these off and you're like, yep, got it, got it, got it. We're good, got that, picked that up, got that. We're good, good, good. You know, and it just does that. It's so easy, so easy to use. Anybody can use this app. It is so amazing, and I just love how simple it makes recipes. And like I said, it's free, you guys. So I'm gonna leave a link in my description box. You guys make sure you go check this out. It is amazing. And thank you, SAFFRON, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so starting off with this video, I did want to share with you guys this queso ground beef queso chili recipe. This was so good, and I got this recipe from Mandy In The Making. She had tried this recipe and made it, and they really liked it, and so it looked so good on her channel. I'm gonna leave a link to her channel down below, which I'm sure you guys already know about her. She's amazing. She's just awesome What's for Dinner videos. But anyways, so the first thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be browning our hamburger meat and our onion. I've also added some salt and pepper in there, and I'm just going to brown that together. Once that is nice and brown, I'm going to add the beef broth, the pinto beans, diced tomatoes, tomato soup, chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, and oregano. So I know that kind of sounds like a lot, but it's really not very difficult to make. It is really simple to make, and you guys, this is like a perfect fall recipe. It's like a twist on chili, and you guys let me know down below. I have been seeing a lot on Facebook. I'm part of this like Facebook group over there, and a lot of people eat spaghetti noodles in their chili. Let me know down below, how do you guys do your chili? I know it's like such a huge controversial topic on how you eat your chili, but I've never had pasta in my chili before. This was the first time, and this was seriously so good and so easy. If you guys don't try anything from today's video, you have to try this recipe out this fall or winter. It is so good, and let me come back and let me know how you love it or how you like it. We absolutely loved this. The kids and I both loved this, so make sure you try it out. So once that is done boiling, we are going to add our pasta directly into the chili. You do not have to make your pasta separately and then add it. It literally just goes into the chili. So then I'm going to be making this queso sauce, which is just basically butter, flour, milk, and then shredded cheese. And this cheese sauce was so good. It would literally be good on like nachos or something. It was seriously so easy to make. So now I'm just adding in the milk, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stir in the cheese, and it's going to make that cheese sauce. And then that's going to go directly into the chili. So this isn't going to be like a little side thing. It's going to go directly into the chili. And as always, I will leave the recipes down below in the description box for you guys. How amazing does this look? So good. Next time I'm definitely going to serve it with cornbread because I think that would be so delicious. But this was amazing. So good. I'm definitely going to be making this again. Moving on. So, you guys, I have tried to master Mexican rice, like from a restaurant, from like a Mexican restaurant, their kind of rice that they do. Could never ever figure it out. I found this guy on YouTube when I was doing my little research, and I made his recipe. I have since then made this recipe twice, and it turns out perfect both times, so I know it's good to go. So I'm going to leave a link to his video down below in the description box as well. Y'all, I'm just like you guys. I am always looking for new recipes or anything like that. So if you guys have favorite recipes and they're quick and easy and affordable, leave them in the description box below because we would love to try them out. So all I'm going to do is add some oil to a pan. I did make the tomato sauce like homemade, and that's what he suggests doing. And then do not use minute rice. I think that was my mistake a couple of times. I was trying to use minute rice, and y'all, that just don't work. So just take my advice. So now I'm just heating up the rice, and I'm making it to where it's, you know, got a light brown to it. And then I'm going to add that homemade tomato sauce to that and let that get all into the rice. And then I'm going to add my water. Once I add my water, I'm going to place my lid on it, turn it on super low, as low as your stove will go. And then I'm going to let that cook for 20 minutes. And then what you do is you take the lid off, turn the heat all the way off, and then put the lid right back on it. And with no heat at all, let it sit for 10 minutes. And you guys, this comes out perfect every single time. Also, a key ingredient that he said to use was what I'm getting ready to show you. I have no clue how to pronounce it. It's in the Mexican food aisle at Walmart is where I found mine, but he said that there's no substitute for this. You have to use this. So make sure you guys grab that if you're wanting to make Mexican rice. This turned out so good, and you guys, seriously, halfway through me eating, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to show you guys what this looked like in the end. As you can see here, it's done. All you're doing when you let it sit for that 10 minutes is like fluff. Get it really like fluffy. That way it's not hard and everything's cooked through and whatnot. But I do share with you guys a picture. We just had crunchy tacos this night just for a taco night, and I just really wanted this rice to work out, and it did, and I was so impressed, and my kids were obsessed. They are so ready for me to make what's called a Steven special at a lot of our restaurants around here. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere, but I am going to make that very soon, so you guys stick around if you know what that is. So on the next night, we are making another fall recipe, and we are making super easy chicken and dumplings. If you've been here for a while, you guys already know how I like to throw it down with the chicken and dumplings. It's so good and so easy. This recipe, I swear to you, anybody can do. So I am just boiling some chicken right now, and then I added a ton of Cavenders Seasoning. Y'all don't have to add as much as I do. It is personal preference. If you don't want to add that much, you absolutely do not have to. When my chicken is completely done, I am going to throw it into my KitchenAid mixer, and I'm just going to mix it, and all that's going to do is shred it. I am so happy to have a KitchenAid mixer, and if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, because I didn't for many years, and all I did was use a hand mixer, and it works just as well. So do not think that you have to have a KitchenAid mixer, because you definitely do not. So then I'm going to add that back into the water. I have not done anything else to that water. It's just water, Cavenders Seasoning, and then the chicken boiled in it. So now I'm going to take biscuits, and yes, dumplings are so easy to make homemade, but you guys, if you are a busy mom like me, or you just don't have the time, or you think you can't do it, or whatever the case may be, you guys, just get you a can of biscuits. I cut them into 4s, and then I'm going to plop them down into the water. First, I'm going to add a can of cream of chicken. Y'all know I'm not a huge fan of cream of chicken soup, but for some reason, I did not have cream of celery, which is unheard of in this house, because I love me some cream of celery soup. But I just added that in, and it just gives it more of like a thicker consistency. And then I'm going to add a little bit more Cavenders, because why not? And then I'm going to just plop my dumplings into my pan, and I'm just going to turn that onto a medium heat, and I'm just going to let those cook until they are done. You'll know when they're done. Do not stir these. That is the key to perfect dumplings, is to not stir them. Make sure you just get them to the consistency you like. And that is it. That is all for today's What's for Dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you go check out that app. I love you guys so very much. Remember that you are amazing no matter what anybody says. I love you guys. Bye.